Before you scroll away, stop right here because what you are about to witness is not just another celebrity rumor or emotional fan theory. It is the exact moment Soo Kai shattered the image the public thought they understood by unveiling private letters connected to Tan Songyun that were never supposed to leave the shadows. And if you stay until the very end, you are going to uncover why fans are calling this the most emotional revelation in years. So subscribe right now and stay with every second because this story unfolds in a way that will leave your heart racing long after it ends. For years, Soo Kai maintained the same image in public.
Calm,
Professional, charming, untouchable. The kind of celebrity personality carefully controlled under bright lights and endless cameras. Fans admired him. The industry respected him. But very few people believed there was anything deeper hidden beneath that polished exterior. That changed completely the moment the letters appeared. At first, no one believed the rumors. An anonymous account online claimed that deeply personal handwritten letters connected to Soo Kai and Tan Songyun existed. Not scripts. Not promotional notes. Real letters. Private words exchanged during one of the hardest periods of Tan Songyun's career. Most people dismissed the story immediately, until the photos leaked. The handwriting was unmistakable, careful,
neat,
emotional in a way no public statement had ever sounded before. The first image alone sent shockwaves across the internet. A folded cream-colored letter resting beside what appeared to be an old script draft covered in handwritten notes. Fans zoomed into every detail, desperately trying to understand what they were seeing. And then the words began spreading everywhere. One sentence especially destroyed fans emotionally almost instantly. Soo Kai had reportedly written that no matter how loud the world becomes around you, I will always remind you who you truly are when you forget it yourself. That single sentence changed everything, because it revealed something no one expected. Vulnerability. Real emotional vulnerability from someone fans had only ever seen through polished interviews and controlled appearances. The internet exploded within minutes. People sharing screenshots everywhere. Fans crying openly online. Others refusing to believe such deeply personal words were real. But the letters kept coming, each one revealing another hidden piece of their connection. And slowly, a completely different story about Soo Kai and Tan Songyun began to emerge. Not just co-stars, not just close friends. Something deeper. Something built quietly behind the scenes while the public focused only on headlines and rumors. According to insiders, these letters were written during one of the darkest periods of Tan Songyun's career. A time when pressure from projects, online criticism, and emotional exhaustion had left her struggling privately despite appearing strong in public. Few people knew how deeply affected she actually was during that period. Even fewer knew Soo Kai had been one of the only people constantly standing beside her through it all. One letter reportedly described a moment late at night after filming Wrapped when Tan Songyun broke down emotionally inside her trailer, believing her career was beginning to collapse under public pressure. Crew members outside reportedly heard nothing unusual because Soo Kai quietly stayed with her inside for nearly 2 hours, speaking softly while helping her regain confidence before she returned home. The public never knew that moment happened.
until now.
Another letter described how Soo Kai secretly contacted producers behind the scenes whenever Tan Songyun doubted herself professionally. Not demanding opportunities. Not manipulating situations. Simply reminding people of her talent when she became too emotionally exhausted to defend herself anymore. Fans were stunned, because the image emerging from these letters was not one of romance alone. It was loyalty, protection, devotion, the kind rarely visible inside the entertainment industry. As more letters surfaced online, the emotional intensity only grew stronger. One handwritten note reportedly appeared after Tan Songyun lost a major project opportunity she had worked toward for months. Instead of empty encouragement, Soo Kai wrote something that shattered fans emotionally. He told her that rejection does not erase your value, it only reveals which people never deserved access to your light in the first place. That sentence spread across social media faster than almost anything else connected to them ever had before. People calling it one of the most beautiful messages ever revealed between two celebrities. Others saying it completely changed the way they viewed Soo Kai forever. Because suddenly the distant, polished actor fans once admired from afar now seemed deeply human, deeply emotional. Someone capable of extraordinary emotional support without needing attention for it. The biggest revelation came days later during a quiet press appearance where Soo Kai was unexpectedly asked directly about the letters. The room instantly became tense. Reporters leaning forward, cameras flashing rapidly, everyone expecting denial, or avoidance, or some carefully controlled statement designed to minimize the situation. Instead, Soo Kai surprised everyone completely. He stayed silent for several seconds before finally speaking softly. He admitted the letters were real. The entire room froze immediately. Even reporters seemed stunned by how openly he acknowledged everything. Soo Kai explained that there are moments in life where someone needs support privately more than they need public attention. He said Tan Songyun had carried emotional weight most people never noticed because she always smiled through it publicly. And hearing him say that shattered fans completely. Because suddenly, every old interview, every tired smile from Tan Songyun, every moment fans once overlooked carried completely different meaning now. Soo Kai continued quietly. He said people only see success after someone survives pain. They rarely see the nights where someone almost gives up before choosing to keep fighting again. The emotional atmosphere inside the room became overwhelming. Even reporters stopped interrupting him. Because for the first time, Soo Kai no longer sounded like a celebrity protecting an image. He sounded like someone revealing genuine emotional truth. Then came the most heartbreaking revelation of all. Soo Kai admitted there were times he believed Tan Songyun would completely walk away from acting because the pressure had become too overwhelming for her emotionally. He described nights where she questioned whether audiences still believed in her, whether the industry still valued her, whether she was slowly disappearing despite working harder than ever. And, according to Soo Kai, the letters were never written to impress her. They were written to remind her not to disappear inside her own fear. That revelation destroyed fans emotionally online. People revisiting old public appearances searching for hidden signs of what Tan Songyun had silently endured during those years. Suddenly, moments where Soo Kai stayed unusually close to her during interviews felt different. Protective. Intentional. Deeply personal. Another leaked letter described a private rooftop conversation after a difficult filming day where Tan Songyun reportedly admitted she no longer recognized herself anymore beneath the endless pressure surrounding her career. Soo Kai responded by writing later that night that the world changes around people constantly, but the people who truly matter are the ones who remind you who you were before the noise tried to rewrite you. Fans called the line unforgettable almost instantly. Edits flooded every platform. People reading the letters aloud emotionally in videos. Others saying they had never witnessed this level of emotional honesty from celebrities before. The industry itself seemed shaken too. Actors who rarely commented publicly about emotional struggles suddenly began discussing the importance of private support systems within entertainment careers. And many fans quietly credited Soo Kai's honesty for opening those conversations in the first place. Meanwhile, Tan Songyun remained mostly silent publicly throughout the entire situation. But one moment changed everything again. During a later awards ceremony, she was asked indirectly about the letters and whether she regretted their release becoming public. The room became silent immediately. Tan Songyun smiled softly before answering in a way that emotionally destroyed fans again. She said, "Some people save your career quietly while the world assumes you survived alone." The room erupted instantly. People realizing in that moment she had indirectly confirmed just how deeply Soo Kai's support mattered during the hardest periods of her life. Soo Kai looked visibly emotional hearing her words from across the room. Not dramatic, not theatrical, just deeply moved in a way cameras rarely capture honestly. And that moment became one of the most shared clips of the year, because people realized the letters were never truly about romance. They were about unwavering loyalty, the kind that survives behind closed doors without applause, the kind that protects someone quietly when the rest of the world only notices success after the struggle is already over. As months passed, the letters continued circulating online endlessly. fans preserving them, quoting them, holding onto them emotionally because they represented something rare inside celebrity culture. Authenticity, not perfection, not fantasy. Real emotional support between two people who helped each other survive the pressure surrounding them. And that is why this story became unforgettable. Because behind all the fame, all the glamorous events, all the polished interviews, people finally saw something genuine. A man quietly protecting someone he believed deserved to keep shining even when she stopped believing in herself. And now the only question that remains is this. In a world where most relationships survive only when cameras are watching, how powerful is the kind of loyalty that exists even when no one is supposed to see it at all? If this story touched your heart and you want more emotional drama stories like this, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who understands that sometimes the strongest love is not loud. It is the quiet support someone gives when the rest of the world stops paying attention.